Hello ladies and gentlemen, crypto deep divers. Welcome back to Wicked Crypto. Today I'm going to talk about the BlackRock. They want to short the US dollar. And also before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the upcoming video. That could be time sensitive. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, library.tv, as well as Patreon. And today I'm broadcasting from the Capitol Reef National Park at the Quesadilla Arch. Yesterday I was in Hickman. So this is a beautiful landscape. The height is not too bad actually. I mean, if you can do Angel's Landing, this is nothing. But anyway, so we are going to talk about BlackRock. So BlackRock is going to short the US dollar. And of course, we are not surprised because the printing press and all that, right? This is not surprised that they want to short the US dollar. And of course, a lot of hedge funds get into cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course the major big one. And of course, you got to be selective in terms of like what coin you're going to get into. And the thing is, I don't know if it's a good idea to bet against the Federal Reserve, but you know, if you still remember in the 80s, George Soros also attacked the US pound. Overnight, the US pound depreciate, if you still remember in the 80s. And of course, Soros make tons and tons of money out of it, if you still remember. And BlackRock, you know that they are a big hedge fund, right? So if they are saying they are shorting the US dollar, they must see something that is coming that we don't see. But the thing is, I'm not so sure it's a good idea to bet against the Fed. Just like the QE, if for the last decade, if you put all your money into gold and silver for the last since 2008, you didn't gain anything. But versus if you put your money into the stock market, then you probably have tons and tons of gains, right? Because of the QE, all this easy money go into the stock market, the real estate, and as well as the stock market, real estate. What else? I don't know. All the asset inflated basically. And of course, if you put for the last decade, if you all your money in gold and silver, you didn't gain much. So that's why I'm saying that for the last 10 years, they basically they're doing a consolidation in terms of commodity. Look at that, there's a person standing up there. So in terms of commodity, the last 10 years has been doing consolidation. And of course, the bull market run basically is for the last decade. So right now, stock market, real estate is basically probably at the peak of the cycle. And in terms of course, gold and silver, we are still at the very early on, at the beginning of the next bull run. So I don't know if it's a good idea to bet against the Fed. But you never know, because George Soros also bet against the UK pound, the British Treasury as well. So, and at the end, the George Soros also make a lot of money as well. So we don't know. Let me know what you think about all this. And I'm not surprised they short the US dollar. But another thing, another fund, they also short the Hong Kong dollars as well, if you heard about that as well, right? And they're betting against the collapse of the Hong Kong dollar. So I'm not surprised that they bet against the Hong Kong dollars, because the foreign companies already exit out of Hong Kong, and they sell a whole bunch of properties as well as shops. And a lot of foreign companies, they move their factories out of China and into another developing countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, even Myanmar. So they're going to some other countries, or Malaysia. So the thing is, I'm not surprised the Hong Kong dollar will collapse one day, because all the firms are exiting out of Hong Kong. They're selling out their expensive real estate properties in the Hong Kong. And of course, the Chinese president Xi Jinping, he's a totalitarian dictator basically, and he think he can basically isolate it from the rest of the world. But the thing is, like all the Western power, basically they want to target China because they know their ambitions. So China, the One Belt One Road policy, basically he want to corrupt the developing countries, especially the African nations. And of course, at the very beginning, they're very nice. Hey, I'm going to build a railroads for you, or building a high-speed train for you. But at the end, those countries has to take out huge amount of debt from the Chinese government, and to repay the debt, they have to probably give away the natural resources, mining rights. You know, in Africa, they have tons of different kinds of mining, raw materials, stuff like that, and also the seaport and stuff in some other third world countries. So nothing is for free. So they try to conquer the world basically. And of course, there's a whole bunch of corruptions in those developing countries as well, in the developing world. And of course, they allow them to come in, allow the Chinese to come in to help them to build a railroad or the high-speed train. And at the end, they have to pay a price. The price is to lose the sovereignty. The sovereignty of the you lost the sovereignty of the country. You sell your you basically sell the land of your country, also sell the strategic, for example, seaport, or even the operating rights of some strategic location, for example, railroad, high-speed train. And in Africa, basically the high-speed train is run by the Chinese government, run by the Chinese. And and I think it's kind of ridiculous. Those are very strategic transit system. It should not be run by foreign countries. Unfortunately, they come in because of the One Belt One Road policy. They try to